Watch the cradle, she's listing slightly.
Watch the line pressure. Bring it up easy. All right, secure the net.
Release the cable! Hold the line! It's slipping! Heave! Heave! Hang on to the railing. Hold it steady. Secure that clamp now. Watch the line tension.
Easy now, hold the tension on the main line. Watch the cradle, she's listing slightly.
Hang on to the rail. I've almost got it secured. Move back. We hit him! Hold the line! He's pulling hard. Keep the tension. Heads up! Heads up! We almost lost it!
Back to the winch, let's secure this now.
Whoa! Look at the size of it! Incredible! Pull! Pull! Pull harder! Yeah, we got him! Well done, lads! All right, bring him down. Steve, take the slack on the bow line. We got it, 2 more feet.
All right, lift on channel 2.
Keep that chain clear of the edge.
Channel 3, confirm position.
Position confirmed. We are attached to the 20-foot container. Ready for tension.
All clear on deck, hook secured. Requesting lift.
Roger that, lifting.
Ready! Bring it up slow, steady now. Watch the railing on the starboard side. All right, hold it there. Push it to the left. Okay, hold it there. Lower the crane now.
In the heart of the northern winter, where the sun is only a thin streak of light on the cold horizon, the Arctic sea ice stretches endlessly like a giant mirror covered in frost. The air here is so thick and quiet that the sound of the wind becomes thick and heavy, as if it is struggling to survive. From afar, a giant black shadow gradually rises against the pale white background, the steel ship Nordic Spirit. The pride of European fishermen accustomed to living with the cold, with the wind and with the mysteries of the polar ocean. Each steel plate on the ship's hull is a trace of time.
Close her up.
There we are, all in order.
Thank you, Captain. We'll log these immediately.
A testament to hundreds of voyages to a place without borders, without an easy way back. The engine starts. White steam rises, merging with the air so cold that it can be cut with a knife blade. The deep sound of the ship's whistle echoes through the ice rows tens of kilometers long, like a greeting from humans to the most pristine land on the planet. On deck, 5 men in reflective orange-red uniforms move like specks of light in the mist. They
To position 4.
spoke little, communicating only through
Steady
gestures, through habits forged over years of battling cold and loneliness. Cracked hands gripped the cables. Eyes hidden in their helmets watched the ice slowly breaking under the bow. Each crackling sound
Support
beneath their
machines
feet was a
engaged.
breath of the
All
sea.
winches tightened to spec.
In this land,
We have
humans were
stabilization
not
at
just
400
observers.
bars.
They were part of the movement of nature, small, fragile, but also strangely strong and resilient.
All right, easy now. Watch the tusks. Lower it slowly. Hold it there.
In the control room, the green light from the radar screen reflected on the face of Captain Eric, a man who had spent half his life in the cold ocean.
Set steady. Hold
On the
alignment
electronic
far
map,
side.
sonar curves showed the
Copy
movement
that.
of ice and
Adjusting
water.
guide ropes now.
Below, hundreds of meters deep, something was moving, slow, huge, and breathing its own. If we get there before the ice closes, Eric whispered, his voice echoing in the steel hold. We'll see creatures no one has ever recorded. No one answered, but everyone understood, because this was more than just a research trip. It was a journey into the heart of the earth. The ship shuddered as it powered up. Giant gears turning, cranes shifting, anchor lines screeching. The smell of oil and iron mingled with the sea breeze. In the distance, the last light of day slanted through the ice
Acknowledged.
columns,
Lowering
creating
container
a
now.
silvery blue halo.
Clear on the
It
east
felt
side.
as if the ship were drifting through a corridor made of time, where each piece of ice was a memory sealed away thousands of years ago. Everything was silent, except for the steady hum of the engine, like the heartbeat of the ship itself. In the silence, the guide's voice rang out, low, slow, and deep, like the voice of the sea. People did not come here to conquer. They came to listen, to see, and to understand what the world had forgotten, that life was still beating beneath this seemingly silent ice. Night fell quickly. The sun had completely disappeared behind the clouds, leaving only the blue aurorae curling across the sky like a glowing silk ribbon.
Hard to port. Secure everything on deck. Watch out for that wave.
Get it secured. Clamps engaged.
The light reflected off the hull, the ice, and the faces of the people standing still. In the engine room, the sonar equipment began to operate. The low, steady sound, ping, 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 spread down to the ocean floor. Each response was a slice of the world below, dark, deep, and mysterious. On the screen, black shadows moved, large and slow, taking the shape of giant creatures. No one knew exactly what they were, whales, seals, or species that humans had never named. But they knew for sure. They were standing on a layer of ice thinner than ever, right on top of a world in transition. A strong wind blew, carrying steam and fine snow. The deck shook slightly, the headlights illuminating the ice like giant eyes piercing the darkness. The scene was so beautiful it was terrifying, no distinct colors.
Secondary line. Hurry! It's almost set!
Just a mixture of white, blue, silver and black blended into a single color, the color of the Arctic. The oldest fisherman in the group whispered that the night sea was breathing. The cold air from his mouth radiated, melted into the snow and mist, then disappeared. The words mixed with the sound of the engine, the rhythm of the waves, like an ancient prayer of mankind sent to the frozen sky. The drone left the ship, gliding further away. From above, the Nordic spirit shrank, only a bright dot in the white sea that stretched to infinity.
We got it! Finally!
That was too close. Good work, everyone.
At the edge of the frame, the aurora still moved slowly. The light seemed to dance with the darkness. Below, the ice cracks into a delicate network. Black water rises, reflecting the burning sky in a blue light. Nature here is not silent. It only speaks in a language rarely heard by humans, constant change. The narrator continues in a soft but powerful voice. Every voyage like this is a time when humans look into the oldest mirror on the planet. They seek data, but what they get in return is a reflection of themselves, small, proud, and fragile before the cold universe. Each person on board knows that just a strong wind or a few more meters of ice crack would be enough to destroy everything. But they still moved forward, like small but steadfast steel grains in the endless cycle of nature. It was late at night. The lights on the deck gave off a faint yellow glow in the mist. Inside the cabin, the fisherman recorded the first measurements. The water temperature dropped rapidly. The density of creatures under the ice was thick. The sound of pens touching notebooks mixed with the steady sound of sonar created a unique melody of the night sea. In the corner of the deck, a man quietly looked down at the black water. He saw nothing, but he knew that below, life was still going on, quiet, resilient and beautiful enough to make one's heart ache. And in that moment, man and nature were no longer two opposite poles, but two beats of the same breath.
Section A cleared for processing. Confirming uniformity.
Roger that. All parameters green on this end.
The north wind blew in from afar again, carrying with it a fine dust of snow that glittered like silver powder. Nordic spirit gently swayed in the gradually opening water, the hull of the ship glowing faintly in the mist. Below, the thick, Glassy ice cracked in crisscrossing lines, revealing the dark, breathing water. It was a night longer than any other. A night where time seemed to stand still, where every sound became an echo. The men on board were silent, each with his own thoughts, but all felt the same thing. They were going ever deeper into the heart of this frozen world. Where the boundary between life and silence was but a thin mist.
Roger that, bringing it up
In the
now.
bridge, Eric remained in front of the
everyone
radar.
here.
His eyes were fixed on the dim blue screen, where faint
Hold the
signals
tension
appeared
steady
and
on that
disappeared
line.
like short
Easy
breaths.
now.
He was not afraid of what lay beneath the
Hard
ice,
right rudder now.
but of the silence that
Keep the
surrounded
speed
it,
steady,
the
and
silence
watch
that made
that ice
one hear
shift.
one's own heartbeat. He remembered his youth, when he first set sail. The sea was blue, the ice thick, and everything seemed immutable. Now the ice was melting. The sea was changing, and he was in the midst of a transformation that no one knew where it would lead. Outside, the snow was starting to fall thicker. The ship's headlights cut through the snow like shining blades. Each snowflake that touched the steel melted into a thin vapor and disappeared into the darkness.
That's a sight for sore eyes.
A faint hum came from the sonar,
is.
not
Best
static,
part of the day.
but a long, steady, rhythmic echo. One of the engineers leaned in, adjusting the boom, his eyes glued to the oscillating graph. Deep in the water, something huge was moving. It was slow, cyclical, and the echo was stronger than anything they had ever seen. All eyes were on the screen. A large curve appeared, then disappeared. No one spoke, only the sound of wind and engines. In the control room, blue light reflected off tense faces. Eric nodded slightly. "Mark these coordinates," he said. His voice was low, lost in the hum of the engines. But everyone heard it clearly. A person took notes, the handwriting trembling slightly on the cold paper. Outside, the sea surface was still as a sheet of paper. Only a few air bubbles rising and popping. The drone left the ship, circling the ice surface, the lens slowly panning over the widening cracks. The light from the ship's hull cast a large halo on the water, reflecting like a giant eye looking down into the Black Sea. At a depth of nearly 200 meters, the sonar sent back a faint image, a long, hunched shadow, moving slightly. They weren't sure what it was, a whale, or a creature forgotten for centuries. The narrator continued, his voice low, as if in harmony with the wind.